Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Another jam-packed show. As usual, because it's a crazy world. And there's normally much to discuss. The U.S. has asked a court to reverse their order banning airplane mask mandates and, the combat COVID-19.
Oh, sure.
Because the masks are so important to combating COVID-19. We all know that.
It's an important tool in the toolkit.
It sure is. And thank goodness for it.
Of course, what did the White House actually say about masks just like 2 weeks ago?
You mean from
no
Dr.
study in the
Shaw?
world that shows that masks work that well.
What was that?
So you're never going to get
stop
the kind of benefit
and
from
go back to the beginning,
mandatory-
because I just want to hear that very beginning
It's
again.
very important.
Go.
There's no study in the world that shows that masks work that well. So you're never going to get the kind of benefit from mandatory year-round masking as you would from making substantial improvements in indoor air quality. But it's a lot easier to implement as
Indoor
well.
air quality. Like on a plane where they clean it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, during the height of the pandemic, I remember them saying that there was almost no evidence of anybody getting it on an airplane. Remember that?
Yeah. And so you got one wing of the White House saying masks don't work, and another wing of the White House saying we're going to court to make sure that you wear masks on planes. And have you? There was a story that came out in December that said that since they got rid of the mask mandate on planes in April, right? So they had like 6-8 months of data there. They said that these in-flight incidences of violence or attacking of stewardesses and stuff like that has plummeted. So let's bring them back though.
Yeah, let's do
for safety.
Let's do. Just because we're just doing random crap that pisses people off and doesn't do any good.
Right?
That's what we're doing.
Marxists are never on the lookout for your safety. They are, however, on the lookout to control you and cause chaos in a society.
Right.
Ta-da! Here we go.
A 3-judge panel of the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments on the government's appeal of a ruling by a U.S. District Court judge in Florida that found the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, lacked legal authority to issue a nationwide travel mask mandate.
So Trump judge came through?
The CDC issued the sweeping mask mandate in January 2021, days after Biden became president, and then it was stopped, fortunately. And I got to take a flight again coming up here, and I'm not going to wear a mask.
There you go.
I don't care what you say. I'm not going to wear a mask.
I would love to see. I don't think the airlines would even enforce this. I think they would get together and they'd say, no, we're not doing this. It's not happening.
I hope.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of confidence in anybody. Big business, big government, I don't have confidence in them anymore.
One of the attorneys who's trying to keep the ban on mask mandates in place, so keep it so you have the naked face, right? They said, hey, they could have gone back to court a lot sooner than this. So their delay in rushing back to court to go and implement this shows this has nothing to do with safety, or they would have been in here 5 minutes after the ruling.
Yeah, when the pandemic was worse.
Right.
I haven't seen the numbers in months. Nobody has talked about it in months. I wonder why that is. Is it because the infection rate is not very high in this country? You remember how high it was for a while? Well, I think it peaked over 1 million a day at one point. But then, last year, maybe around this time, it started to subside a little bit, and it went from 95,000 down to 35,000 to 25,000. I'd love to see what the number is right now as they're starting to try to create panic again. They're just, it's pathetic what they keep trying to put us through and what they keep doing to us.
Makes you wonder what the motivation is.
Yeah, doesn't it? And we all know it's control. We know they're trying to control our every movement, and they like the control they've gained during the pandemic, and they do not want to let go of it. Let's see. I want to see if my daily COVID
Oh, yeah. You want to see what it's doing now?
infection.
Here you go. I got it for you.
Great.
Right here.
You got it for me, right? I got your infection rate right over there.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I had it
Okay.
and then a pop-up ad. Here we go. Hang on.
All right.
I got to zoom in and get it ready for Kayla. Hang on. Here we go. All right. Now I'm just trying to get a timetable here. Okay, so this is where we were at the end of last year, right? So
was last year.
So
okay.
yeah, so there's the big wave around Christmas of 2020.
Uh-huh.
There it is around New Year's 2020.
Yeah, that's when I got it.
And then we're down.
That's
here.
when everybody got it with Omicron. Yeah, and now it's down.
Oof.
Way down. Okay.
So back off.
Looks like the 7-day average right now,
2 people.
as of January 17th. Okay, keep in mind, it was in the tens of thousands last time I checked. 367 is the
Nationwide.
7-day average nationwide. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not.
Oh.
That's Dallas County. Shoot.
Oh, boo.
Doggone it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to have to look at, United States. Here's the United States. It's still pretty low. It is, it's under 50,000, but it's still, it's still maybe 40,000 for the 7-day average.
Maybe they could pour some government resources instead of trying to convince us that it's the end of the world whenever someone sneezes around you.
Yeah.
Maybe they could look into the vaccine effects because
Yeah, because
that's got some problems going.
There's been some troubling stories along those lines.
It sure has. But before we finish on this mask thing, we've got to play this video out of Toronto, out of a hospital in Toronto. Now, I wasn't aware of this when it happened a couple of years ago at the height of the mask insanity. But the reason it's coming back around now is yesterday a judge in Ontario said, look, we just don't have evidence that the hospital did anything wrong. Well, you're about to see some very disturbing footage that shows you why the judge doesn't have evidence. Everybody in this video, from my understanding, got off, okay? Nobody's charged with anything. This lady refused to put her mask over her face. It was too low for the hospital people. Please pull up your mask. Pull up your mask. And she's like, look, this is good enough, right? And then this happened. Watch this. She's sitting there against the wall, kind of middle back the screen, and all these employees at the hospital are like, I can't believe this woman won't pull that mask up over her nose. And so you've got security, you've got all this, and wait. So look, so now she's right there. Look, see that lady goes and shoves her against the wall, and whoever's running security camera moves the camera out of focus so you can't see what's happening, and now she's dead as they drive and cart her away there. See that? There you go.
Gosh.
Toronto Hospital. Everyone let go on this one.
Did they smash her head against the wall?
No,
and
they choked her. They choked her, Pat, because they
choked her?
They basically, in the process of all of the struggling, she choked to death. Well, congratulations. You got her mask on now. these...
And nobody got charged?
Don't forget this stuff.
Unreal. Wow.
Yeah, what did the judge say? What did it say right there? It says...
That is really disturbing.
Specifically, so there's just not evidence. Sorry. Got to let him go.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Unbelievable. So don't forget where we've been.
Lack of evidence.
And that's where governments like your own here in the United States with this plane stuff want to take you back to the mask Nazis.
Lack of evidence? There it is right in front of your eyes.
You didn't see anything, Pat. No, the camera moved. Sorry,
Wow.
just
That's really disturbing.
A big wind blew into the hospital, just blew the camera and just couldn't see what was happening. It's very disturbing. And don't forget that this society can get right back there in the blink of an eye if you let it.
Sure could. Soon as the infection rate spikes, and it probably will again, because we're just going to deal with this now, and it's going to go in cycles, and we're going to have it a lot, then we're not going to have it so much, then we're going to have it, then we're not. It's like the flu. It's going to be the same situation, maybe a little more infectious. I don't know.
And don't forget, there is overwhelming evidence that it does continue because of new variants that are caused by the vaccinated.
Yeah, yep. Right. And here's a fun video that was sent to us by Pathead, Jeffy's Fat Liberation Politics.
I like that. That's a good one.
This describes how Anthony Fauci looks at any complications from the COVID vaccine.
Watch this. So there's a setup. Anything but the vaccine might be the vaccine. Here's the vaccine. Okay, what's it? Whoa.
Oh, there he goes. So that's why he threw it so poorly. Oh, okay.
If you're listening, it's his opening day pitch for the Nationals. Ends up off the screen and lands over there where there's not anything but the vaccine is the reason for all of these sudden deaths and other ailments.
Yeah. Speaking of sudden deaths, what just happened to C.J. Harris, former American Idol contestant? I think he finished 6th in his American Idol year. 31 years old, died suddenly. Sound familiar? Yeah. I mean, this is what we talk about almost every day. And it's multiple people almost every day. And so for whatever reason, C.J. Harris has now just dropped dead.
Yeah.
Dang,
I mean, there's reports all over the place. You've got, there was a middle school where the math teacher died suddenly. And so they were like, yeah, we're canceling school for the day. We have no idea why he died. We've got a mother in Utah who's going out there saying, hey, you know what? 9 days after my son, who was healthy, got the vax, he got a blood clot in his brain. And then a year later, now he's got a blood clot in his leg that's moved up to his lungs. But he was totally healthy until 9 days after he got the vaccine.
And let's see, what are some of the admitted side effects of these vaccines? Blood clots, myocarditis, heart problems, pericarditis. So,
yeah, there's a guy named Ryan Cunningham on Twitter who posted the other day. He said, I'm in heart failure from the vax. What happened to you? And it's heartbreaking story after heartbreaking story after heartbreaking. And many listeners of this audience, I posted a tweet yesterday, and a lot of people were commenting under what's happened to them after they were forced to keep food on the table, keep their job. I had to get the vax, and now I have this symptom, this and this. It's
how pissed would you be?
Oh my gosh,
if you were forced into it to keep your livelihood,
yeah,
and then you develop some debilitating side effect for I can't even.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'd be doing.
Right, even if you
I'd be in jail.
You would feel like, is my body a ticking time bomb?
Yeah.
Am I going to? And many of your audience said under this tweet yesterday, like, yeah, I have no idea. Like one lady was like, yeah, every time I work out, I wonder, am I going to just fall over dead? Can you imagine that kind of stress, the toll that takes on individuals into society?
Weird.
Pray for these people. Seriously.
31-year-olds like this. I mean, C.J. Harris was not totally out of shape. He was not, morbidly obese. He's just
a normal guy.
Normal guy, a pretty fit guy, it looked like. And he's 31, and he drops dead of a heart attack. They rush him to the hospital. Sorry, it's already too late. I mean, that's unbelievable. It is unbelievable what's going on right now.
Yes.
The unbelievable part is that they won't look into it, is that they won't slow down for a second.
Yeah, and still pushing it.
Let's just slow down because, yeah, we've seen some alarming things. Let's just make sure this is completely safe. And I don't understand why they won't, because essentially everybody who's gotten the vaccine or everybody who's going to get the vaccine has gotten it. Don't you think? At this point, when we're 2 years down the road, if you haven't gotten the vaccine by now, you're not going to. You don't plan to, right? I mean, like you and I, we don't. It's you and me, actually, but you and me, we don't plan to get the vaccine ever.
It's never happening, right? And
why not slow down and take a look at it now?
No, we got an agenda. We got to keep.
You've already protected yourself by disallowing lawsuits.
Yes, and Steve Kirsch, who does a great job following this stuff and has a Substack. This is fascinating and terrifying at the same time. He wrote yesterday, after the vaccine rolled out, the FAA secretly widened the EKG parameter range for pilots so they wouldn't be grounded. It looks like the vax gave at least 50 million Americans heart damage. But more specifically to the
50 million.
And more specifically to the FAA stuff, he says in the October 2022 version of the FAA Guide for Aviation Medical Examiners, the FAA quietly widened the EKG parameters beyond the normal range from PR max of 0.2 to unlimited. And they didn't widen the range by a little. They widened it by a lot. It was done after the vaccine rollout. This is extraordinary. They did it hoping nobody would notice. It worked for a while. Nobody caught it, but you can't hide these things for long. So they're basically saying, look, we don't care what kind of shape your heart is in if you're a pilot like we used to. So keep flying, y'all.
Wow. That's bad. Jeez, that could really be an issue.
Yeah. Ooh. So you better make sure there's a co-pilot up there when you're getting on board.
And they don't care. They just don't, the powers that be don't give a rat's anus about us. They don't care about safety issues like that. Pilots could be having heart attacks.
The Ben Franklin quote has really rolled around in my head recently. You cite it often about the trading security for freedom. Mm-hmm. And that's, oh, dear God, what is this government? I swear, it's out of control.
For years, you've heard us talk about iTarget Pro, and if you have one, I'm about to take you to the next level. If not, this new product is something you need to get. It's really fun, really cool. Have you ever seen competitive shooters practice timing drills on the range? Imagine being able to do that at home anytime you want and never spend a dime on ammo. iTarget Pro pays for itself literally in one session.
So fun.
The iTarget Cube is fully compatible with your existing laser bullets. You can buy one, or you can upgrade to a 3-pack for a truly unique training experience. And then you can compete with friends. You can practice clearing drills. You can use random mode to test your ability to react, all while the system times every shot you take. And right now, you can also save 10%. Plus, get free shipping with the offer code PAT. When you go to itargetpro.com, iTarget Pro comes in almost all calibers, from 9mm to 223, so you can train with your AR-15. It's the letter I, then targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code PAT.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. You can shop blazemedia.com.
This is Pat Gray.
Yeah, it's patgrayshop.com is a lot easier than, say, shop.blazemedia.com.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's patgrayshop.com.
Patgrayshop.com. Yeah, a lot of good stuff up there. Oh, by the way, this flew under the radar. 2 senior officials at the FDA have resigned over the Biden administration's vaccine plan, the booster plan that they're out there touting.
That they're still pushing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it because they deem it unsafe or it's unnecessary? Or
I don't know.
Did they cite any reasoning?
Yeah, I don't have any quotes, but I just know that was the reason they did this. Yeah, it's time to start holding people accountable.
Sure is.
It's time for some trials.
Yeah,
and then whatever punishments get doled out.
And what about the Fort Bragg situation? This is a situation that began before the pandemic, so you can't put it all on the pandemic. But there have been sudden and unexplained deaths at Fort Bragg for about a year and a half now.
Yeah, all of 2020 and then the first half of 2021. And then you stop counting, right?
Over 80 soldiers. They stopped at 80. That is unusual. 80 soldiers have died at Fort Bragg? What is going on? I remember when it was, because they did talk about it in the beginning, and it was like 14 or 18. It was in the teens, I think, somewhere. Now it's 80.
Yeah, I don't know where on that 18-month spectrum the
pandemic began.
Well, no. When I don't know how many died, like in the last 6 months of that.
Yeah,
because the last 6 months of that is when these soldiers would have been vaccinated.
Right.
Again, so I'm glad you pointed that out. They started counting, in January of 2020. So it could have been some COVID, I don't know, but 18 months. Over 80 soldiers. And they're like, yeah, we're going to stop counting.
Jeez.
That is messed up.
It really is. And I can't believe they haven't made a bigger deal out of it. It's one of the largest military installations in the world. Fort Bragg has like 54,000 military personnel, and it includes Special Forces, Airborne Corps, and the Joint Special Operations Command. So in just 18 months, they've lost over 80 soldiers from sudden and unexplained causes. Wow, you better get into that and start investigating. 33 of the fatalities are of undetermined causes. They cannot explain why dozens of soldiers are dying in their own bunks. During that same 18-month period, 3 Fort Bragg soldiers died in overseas combat. This means soldiers stationed at Fort Bragg are 27 times more likely to die unexpectedly on their home base than in overseas combat.
Wow.
27 times more likely. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And they don't seem interested, frankly. They just don't seem to care about looking into it. Is it something in the water? Is it something in the atmosphere? Is around in the soil? Is it the vaccine? I don't know. Look into it, though. Mm-hmm. Look into it. Wow. Crazy. And as more and more is revealed about the effects of the COVID vax, we thought it might be a good time to remind you of some of the voices who mocked your freedom. I mean, literally mocked your freedom and tried to shame you into getting the shot. People like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might recall this comment.
Virus. There are people out there that are experts that study this year after year after year, and that are experienced, like Dr. Fauci, that has been in this, probably for his entire life. I mean, why would you not believe someone like that? So, and there's so many other scientists
How long do you have, Arnold?
And experts on this subject. So I believe them and I follow them very carefully. And of course, sometimes things are happening that are unexpected. So then you have to make the adjustments and all that. But I think people should know there is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom. Because with freedom comes obligations and responsibilities. We cannot just say, I have the right.
Okay, remember when this guy was a Republican? Remember when he was supposed to be the big conservative hope in California? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Why would you doubt Dr. Fauci? Oh, I don't know. How long do you have?
Yeah,
Why don't you sit down, pull up a chair? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's ask gay men and orphans and beagles. Let's. Why wouldn't you trust Doctor?
Why wouldn't you? What an idiot. How ignorant do you have to be to dismiss all of the evidence of not trusting him? The talking out of both sides of his mouth, the taking both sides of every issue, every single time, and you don't know any of that? Really? You don't know any of that? Okay. Let's see the rest of this. It's amazing.
You cannot just say, I have the right to do X, Y, and Z. When you affect other people, that is when it gets serious. It's like no different than a traffic light. We put a traffic light at the intersection so someone doesn't kill someone else by accident. So this is why we have a traffic light. You cannot say, no one is going to tell me that I'm going to stop here, that I have to stop at this traffic light here.
That'll be a good argument when the traffic signal is injected into your body.
Hold on. I got a couple of thoughts here. Too bad it takes too long to type in the word Schwarzenegger. But shortly after this little interview where this little red light analogy, didn't he slam into the back of people at a red light that were sitting there waiting?
Oh, might have been around that time.
You remember that?
Might have been.
Yeah, it was absolutely after that.
And he hurt somebody pretty badly.
Oh, yeah. But remember, the traffic light's there to make you stop, Arnold. And by the way, the case that he's making is your actions affect other people. Is that not exactly what's happening now with the vaccinated? Because you're the one spreading it now, Arnie.
Yeah. How's your maid, by the way? How's your maid, Arnold? Where's Maria? Where is she? She's not around.
Did he have more garbage to spew?
I don't know. Let's see this.
With the virus, you cannot go not with a mask on because when you breathe, you can infect someone else and you can infect someone that then gets sick and may die. So this is why I think we all have to work together.
There's no V
work
in the
together.
word work. You've been here long enough. Say the word work with the W, not a V. Okay?
And I love this.
It's been 40 years.
We're all in this together crap. Could you stop with that?
Yeah. What garbage. Garbage.
He's just one of many who just like to...
Yeah. Gene Simmons from KISS. This one surprises me. This is a surprising one because Gene Simmons is a freedom small government guy, but not when it comes to COVID.
Okay.
About your political beliefs, you are not allowed to infect anybody just because you think you've got rights that are delusional, of course. You don't have the right to go through a red light. Actually, the government has the right to tell you to stop. You have to put on a seatbelt. If they tell you you can't smoke in a building, you can't smoke in a building. And that's not because they want to take away your rights. It's because the rest of us hate it. We don't want to smell your smoke.
We'll still
I don't want to catch your disease. I don't want to risk my life just because you want to go through a red light. This whole idea...
Stupid.
This delusional,
nobody wants to
idea,
go through the red light.
You get to do whatever you want,
evil if you
and
don't
the rest
take the
of the world be damned. It's really terrible.
Yeah,
you got to
Wow,
you got to identify those people and bring them out
upside down world, man.
Open.
You got to bring them out.
Know who they are.
Drag them out there.
You know
I'm
who
right
your
here,
friends
Gene.
are by how much they care about you.
Amen to that.
Wait, is that it? That's it? Was that it? Oh. Yeah, he goes and tells us we're enemies and
jeez,
yeah,
man.
it's
I mean, and it's not like just, hey, it'd be really nice if you all wore masks. It's nasty, mean-spirited.
Well, this is the vaccine. All these guys are
Nazi kind of stuff.
All these are reminders of who was trying to guilt you into getting a vaccine that you didn't want.
Yep. And Alan Dershowitz.
This was
another surprising one.
You have no right not to be vaccinated. You have no right not to wear a mask. You have no right to open up your business.
Wait, can I stop you? No right not to be vaccinated? Meaning if they decide you have to be vaccinated, we have to be vaccinated?
Absolutely. And if you refuse to be vaccinated, the state has the power to literally take you to a doctor's office and plunge a needle into
your... Why does this keep cutting off? Into your arm. Can we watch the out cues there?
Wow.
I mean, just you can't forget the people that said this stuff because they're going to hope to slip out the back and hope that you forget about this and let's just move on and let's all la la la, everything's fine. No, we're going to remember this stuff, bro.
According to Alan Dershowitz, the government has the right to drag you out of your home, drive you to a doctor's office, and against your will, hold you down and inject the vaccine into you.
You got it.
That's crazy talk. You talk about fascists.
Yeah. It's for the public health, Pat. We've warned as conservatives about this ambiguous for the public good, public health argument for decades. And just let it go unchallenged for the most part. Some for challenging it. And here we are with the needle stuff, and they're like, yep, got to do it for the public good. Okay, that's called socialism. I don't think so.
And here's CNN's Dr. Liana Wen.
Clear to them that the vaccine is the ticket back to pre-pandemic life. And the window to do that is really narrowing. I mean, you were mentioning, Chris, about how all these states are reopening. They're reopening at 100%. And we have a very narrow window to tie reopening policy to vaccination status. Because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be?
What's the carrot?
How are we going to incentivize people to actually get the vaccine? So that's why I think the CDC and the Biden administration needs to come out a lot bolder and say, if you're vaccinated, you can do all these things. Here are all these freedoms that you have. Because otherwise, people are going to go out and enjoy these freedoms anyway.
Kiss my ass.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go out and enjoy freedom anyway, says the doctor from communist China. We've got to give him a reason to get the vaccine. So, so then we've got, of course, our
the president
of the United States.
Mr. Dementia, here he is.
We need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to protect myself.
Have they not given us the key to combat the my body, my choice thing here with this? I mean, let's take that and use it against them. It's not about the freedom of your body. It's about murdering your baby. It's not about freedom of choice with your body. It's about the body inside your body.
And in that double standard that many on the left take, they are admitting that their life means more to them than an innocent baby's. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Ha, wow. We'll chew the fat with Jeffy next.
Screw your freedom.
Pat Gray.
888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Time to chew the fat with Jeffy.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
after the music, of course.
Don't
want to miss the quality intro.
I was hoping for more harpsichord music, to be honest. This is what we heard on Blaze Radio Network.
So good.
Harpsichord. Yeah, that was good stuff, right?
Takes me back, man, every time.
I know.
The year of our Lord, 1005.
The harpsichord?
Yeah.
For those listening on Blaze Radio, you know exactly what we're referring to.
Dum 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 bum dum bum dum bum bum. Oh, and
that's good stuff, right?
Terrific. You can't get this just anywhere. Well, except on that car commercial. I understand.
What?
There's a car commercial.
Oh, that's where we got the idea for
features this.
That's where we got.
That's where they got the idea from us.
Oh,
that's how that went. Actually,
it does get better every time you hear it, though. There's no doubt about that. Well, I feel like the world is in a place I really don't like. I'm just throwing it out there. I know. I agree with something that the Reverend Al Sharpton has said. He spoke at the National Action Network MLK Day breakfast, and this is what the Reverend Al had to say.
Dr. King worked with Lyndon Johnson and was able to bring about some of the most legislative, transformative things that literally changed our life. In the last 2 years, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris has literally brought about things that have changed the lives of all Americans. You know, when I say all, that includes those of us that have been left out.
I agree. I agree with the Reverend Al Sharpton. Yes, the last 2 years, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done things that have touched
they have.
And every American.
For sure.
No question. Now, he spoke for like 30 or 40 minutes. I couldn't bring myself to listen to more of that. But
what happened to Jesse Jackson? Why is that guy never referenced anymore?
He's been sick. I mean, the last shot I saw him, he was in a wheelchair shaking hands somewhere.
In a wheelchair?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. But
Is he still busting rhymes?
He's with Jesse Jackson.
So he's still busting rhymes. He's just doing it.
Doesn't matter whether you're in a wheelchair or not. You're still going to bust him out.
Just checking.
But I just know that the picture was, here's Jesse Jackson. And I was like, dude, what's going on? Because he was shaking everybody's hands on a wheelchair. So I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, and she's fine. I know you're concerned you hadn't seen her, but Brittney Griner made an appearance at the Phoenix MLK Day March. And so she took pictures with everybody, and she was riding around in the golf cart with Sherelle, her wife, and both were, just running around at the Arizona MLK Festival in Phoenix there. So it's good to have
her home
back. She's happy to be home. That's what she was telling me.
I bet she is.
It's not often that you get a picture from Phoenix that features rainfall in the shot.
Right.
It's an interesting look.
And, when it was during the Christmas break, where she came back and she was just praising up and down Joe Biden.
Right.
Like, he was the reason you were incarcerated in the first place. And he did virtually nothing for 8 months. Stop it. Joe Biden. He's not the one who hastened her return. That much is sure. But, good for her.
They all
Still
thanked
sold
him.
on him.
Steph Curry was at the White House yesterday. He was thanking Biden for getting her home. They all just love that. Joe did a great job. Appreciate it. Never mind the terrorists that we set free.
Never mind that.
That's it's all right. Whatever, man. We got the WNBA player back.
Yes, right.
So it's good. The season is just around the corner.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that. Breaking news. WNBA season starts around the corner, y'all.
Of course it starts.
Like when? When?
Yeah, so what's the first day?
Yeah, tell us when opening day is. The big tip-off.
What's the big matchup?
Actually, I think it's May.
Oh yeah,
May.
You think it's May? What do you
May,
mean?
isn't it? I think it is May.
Bro, what do you mean you think?
Do they play that far away from
May 19th?
Yeah, I think it's May. Yeah,
wow.
May 19th. Ooh boy,
dang.
She plays for the Phoenix Mercury, so that's why
we have a good long wait.
I know, it's disappointing.
Wait till May,
which is why she travels to Europe to make money to play basketball. She's got all that time off.
You better check where her connecting flight is next time.
Russian space agency Roscosmos said it would launch an uncrewed Soyuz spacecraft to retrieve the 3 astronauts who have become stranded on the International Space Station after their transport vehicle was damaged in December. I don't remember hearing about this. One of Russia's standard Soyuz spacecrafts, it launched back in September. I remember that. They were going up to the ISS for a 6-month mission, but the crew was forced to scratch a planned spacewalk in mid-December after a stream of white particles was observed ejecting from the docked spacecraft.
This is Mission Control Houston. As spacewalk preparations have been ongoing over the past hour or so, Russian flight controllers and the flight controllers here at Mission Control in Houston have been noticing a stream of particles coming out of the Soyuz MS-22 vehicle that is attached to the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. We do not know what the source of this stream of particles is.
Do we know now?
At this point, there is discussions that are ongoing. First, to make sure that the safety of the 2 spacewalkers is not compromised in any way.
No doubt about that.
And then to determine what impact, if any, this might have on the integrity of that Soyuz vehicle.
Yeah. I'd be a little concerned about that.
Just a little bit. So we know now that it was a 1/4-inch hole in the external cooling loop of the spacecraft.
Sure.
I hate when that happens. I've been warning them about the holes in the external cooling system for
cooling loop. I was at the Toyota dealership all day yesterday dealing with my external cooling loop.
Oh, man.
So apparently preliminary evaluations suggest a micrometeoroid. Tiny rocks, typically asteroid fragments traveling at high speeds, punched the 1/4-inch hole into the vehicle's
cooling
loop. Yes.
And so what would have happened if they couldn't fly that anymore?
They're going to remain on the ISS now. This is going to return unmanned. They're going to send that back. Does it make it?
Send back
who knows?
Maybe. And then they're going to send a rescue spacecraft in February to come take them out.
Like a tow truck.
Is there enough food and stuff?
I guess, sure. I mean, I think we've all seen the documentary. Way back in 2013, Gravity. We know what could happen.
Right.
With George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, we know what could happen.
I got a question for you here. Maybe you guys know this. On those space stations and shuttles and all stuff, how thick is the glass for the windows? Do we know?
1/4-inch. As long as we're in space.
He said, okay, that's how you roll, kids. Learn from Jeffy.
Right there.
If you don't know the answer,
just definitively
blurt something out,
and
people be like,
keep going.
Really?
Keep going.
Moving. Just keep moving.
1/4-inch. That doesn't seem that thick.
That's all you need.
But by the time your brain registers that, he's 3 sentences down the road. Now it's too late to come back. But I'm just wondering if one of those little meteorite deals, hits the glass.
Have you not seen the movie Gravity?
I haven't seen the movie Gravity
from 2013.
You should watch Gravity. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I always wanted to, but just life's busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it has. Wow. That's amazing.
I know.
Finally finished Top Gun, though.
So good. Did you like it? Top Gun Maverick or the first one from 1985?
I got a phone call when I was watching it in 2001. So I had to finish it before I watched Maverick. Maverick's excellent. Maverick's better than the original.
Yes, they're both really good. But yeah.
So anyway, scientists at NASA have found another spot in the Milky Way that could harbor life. astronomers have discovered exoplanet TOI 700 small case E, which is an Earth-sized world that orbits its star habitable zone. Believes the planet is about 95% of the size of Earth.
Oh, wow. And who discovered this?
It's likely rocky.
Astronomers?
Astronomers, yes.
Astronomers.
Oh, no.
Discovered
astronomers.
Okay, yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's who's fine.
He just kept moving. He just kept going forward, and you don't stop and look back.
The astronomers found it.
Good job.
I think he said it on. I think he said it correctly on accident that time.
I think he did.
He was trying to say it wrong.
All right, go ahead.
The planet was discovered using NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite, which surveys thousands of exoplanets around nearby stars. This photo is, from NASA Graphic, so
it's not real. Oh, come on! Why did they do that?
That's
because we don't have
an actual picture.
Then just don't do it. What was the one guy who took a picture of his what was it? His Italian dish. What was it? And then he said, "Hey, look, my camera got this great shot of." We had it on this show, and it was food. He came back later. Just kidding. I don't understand.
Did he say it was a planet of some kind?
Yeah, he said it was like the sun or something. I don't know. And it was like a. I forget what it was.
3 planets in the same system, known as TOI 700, small case B, small case C, and small case D, were previously found by NASA, and the zone also includes planet D. TOI 700, small case E, is one of the 2 planets in the star system that could harbor life. So it's been under investigation for some time. According to NASA's Wolf Cuckier's discovery, he was just an intern back in 2020 that said, "Hey, isn't that a planet out there?" Yes, it is. Congratulations. And they were using TESS, the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite. And according to Allison Youngblood, it just completed its 2nd year of northern sky observations. We're looking forward to other existing discoveries. Now, TOI 700 is a cool dwarf star located about 100 light years from Earth, so we should be there anytime. We should just...
So traveling at the speed of light, it would only take 100 years to get there. That's really close, in the scope of things.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because these are usually like millions, if not billions of light years away. That's interesting. 100 light years?
Located 100 light years from Earth.
Wow. We could be there in 15 minutes, if it was Star Trek time. If we actually had really good space travel. But, of course,
we had something with a little acceleration.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We don't.
We don't. In fact, I mean, just the Virgin orbit, tried to launch a satellite rocket from their airplane, I don't know, a week or so ago. And
Virgin Galactic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it suffered an anomaly.
Oh, no.
And, so those
blow up
those
or
satellites, they called it an anomaly. But they had it hooked up to the bottom of a plane. They were supposed to fly out, and then the rocket was supposed to take off and put the satellites up into low orbit.
Yeah.
Anomaly.
Didn't work. That sucks.
Anomaly.
I've been watching this documentary on Richard Branson, who obviously started the whole Virgin series of companies. And it's fascinating what this guy has done in his life. And so I've been really rooting for him since I saw that with the Virgin Galactic thing. But he's way behind Elon, I think.
Yes.
Way behind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Elon launched 60 rockets last year with satellites orbiting the globe just last year alone.
He's actually probably starting to make money with SpaceX. But I don't know that Virgin Galactic does. Sure. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't think so. And, Bezos hates Elon for that too. So they all hate Elon for
Well, Bezos hated that Branson made it to space before him.
I know.
Oh, he didn't actually make it to the Kármán line. He didn't get there.
Kármán
line. Oh, wow.
Kármán line.
Yes. Oh, baby.
Wow. I'd much rather just hear William Shatner.
I would too.
Than recreate this.
I would too.
Thank you.
There we go.
Kármán line.
There we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, golly.
Line.
No. Description. Weightless. Oh, my God.
Oh,
the weirdest. What a weird dude he is.
Awesome,
Strange guy.
Oh, jeez.
I had forgotten how bad that was.
Oh, it's so
What do
bad.
you mean?
So bad.
I mean, exciting and good.
Good.
Yes,
How good it was.
exciting
Good
and
it was. Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, by the way. The podcast's available wherever you get your podcasts. The green comet. Oh, we can do the green comet. Yeah, we can still stay in space. A green comet is set to streak across the sky this year. It's streaking across the sky right now, and it's the first time since the Stone Age. About
50,000 years, they say.
Yeah.
How green is it, Jeffy, being that you've seen it already?
I don't. That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
you don't remember.
Is it gonna? Yeah, is it honestly? Do we think it's gonna be worth it? Is it gonna look green, or is it just gonna? They're
not sure.
They said it's pretty green.
Sure.
They said it's predicting the brightness of the comet is difficult, but you should be able to see it. Now they talk about now in the northern hemisphere, you might be able to see it in the mornings if you look northwest to get the best view. And in February, they're going to be able to see it in the southern hemisphere. But it's already past the sun, which was like 100 million miles from the star at that point. So I mean,
do we know whether
incredible.
it passed the sun or the moon? Because that's really confusing.
I didn't know, and this is true. I didn't know until I was 40 years old that the sun and the moon were not the same thing.
I mean, do we know that the sun and the moon are different?
I'd like to believe that's a joke.
Oh, it's
but
not.
It's not.
Oh, it is not.
The way she pulled that off.
Chelsea Handler was serious.
Yeah, she was serious.
She didn't know there was a difference between the sun and the moon till she was 40. She's 47 now. That was 7 years ago. How is that possible?
I don't know.
I've never heard of anybody
I don't know.
Who didn't know that they were two separate
entities. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's really something.
It's the same thing, honey.
Same thing.
It's the same thing, honey.
The moon just gets less bright and way bigger at night. Because it doubles as the sun. So the sun is just super bright. You can't even look at it during the day, but then it goes down. And when it comes back up as the moon, it's a lot duller and a lot bigger. Really weird.
Really?
By the way,
weird.
Here is the astronomy prank where the guy tweeted out and said, "Hey, look at this star I got a good picture of," and it was
and it was a plate of food.
It was chorizo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, you can. I mean, when you think of it as chorizo, you can see that. But at first, you might think, yeah, that is a cool looking.
What are you looking at? Are you hungry now?
Nothing. No, I mean, I believed you. The story. I remembered the story.
I wanted the visual.
It was a good visual.
Thank you,
job,
Pat.
Keith. Good job. All right, go ahead. Finish up.
No, I mean, well, we can just.
We got 30 seconds.
All right, NFL. Yay! They were in the playoffs, baby. The divisional rounds coming up.
Your
Excited
Tampa Bay
about this
Bucks
weekend.
lost.
I know I'm disappointed, but I'm still, I'm happy that
you're okay with Dallas moving on.
Yeah, I am, and it's going to be fun. They averaged that Monday night game averaged 30.6 million.
Did it really
on viewers?
30 million. That doesn't happen much anymore.
Peak just before halftime was like 35.
Wow.
The Buffalo game peaked at almost 40 million. The Bills-Dolphins game.
Oh, yeah.
So
and
this weekend, when you have the Bills-Cincinnati, and DeMar comes in,
parachutes
into the 50-yard line
against the Bengals again.
Think about it.
Can we get more in the corner?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
A few tweets here to go over. Non-fungible giblets tweets. Does Gene, meaning Gene Simmons, we played him for you, and he's adamant people should be forced to get the vaccine. Does Gene think the Nazis had the right to put his mother into an internment camp? Should ask him that. Michael Gooden tweets, funny how Schwarzenegger talks about traffic lights and obeying them when just months before he almost killed people by running a traffic light.
Yeah, there's some.
So it was months before that, apparently, according to his
was that
timeline.
Arnold, or was that his son?
No, that was Arnold.
That was Arnold.
There he is, and they're like, man, what are you doing? And his earth-loving SUV, as your listeners have pointed out, ran into a Prius and jumped the curb there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And there's a red light, bro.
Screw your red light.
I mean, that was your example.
Freedom.
That was your example, Arnold.
Crazy. Carol Marks, how about screw your security, Arnold? Let your security people go. Right. Yeah, that would never happen. Ape Lincoln tweets, throw a face mask on the space station. Keep those particles from being spewed.
Okay.
Right?
I can dig it.
One giant face mask should do
all
it.
you need.
That should do it. Astronomer Giblets, it's a green comment. Where does it recharge?
Oh, yeah.
At the sun.
On the sun.
Recharges at the sun.
You don't think
Which is the
this
same as
overheated?
the moon, right?
I didn't
Chelsea?
know, and this is true.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I was 40 years old that the sun and the moon were not the same thing.
Now you do. Now
You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can thank your sister for the
That's so
quick
bad.
astronomy lesson.
Right?
Got some good news for you. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central.
Okay.
I'm going to be hosting a live, off-the-record private Q&A exclusively for Blaze TV listeners. So this is your chance to chat with me about anything and everything that's on your mind. Be fun. We won't have any big tech sensors looking over our shoulders, so no topic is off limits. Again, that's tomorrow on Blaze TV. Already getting some questions via email.
Okay.
Like, let's see, where is that? Like this one. Hey, Pat, when did you start doing impressions on the radio? I could answer that tomorrow. It's quite possible.
Wow.
You never know.
What if we want to know now?
Well,
have to listen.
I gotta wait.
Subscribe to
you
Blaze
gotta wait.
TV.
Yeah.
all right.
Is the tension really building now?
Yes. I want to know.
Are you going to be there?
Oh, here's one. Here's one for you. What was your first impersonation that you did? What was your first? No, save it. You got to save it.
Nope. Yep.
Gotta save
Here's
it
one
for
for
Blaze
you.
TV.
Was your first impersonation of someone dead or alive?
Wow.
I think they were alive.
Oh, they were all
just
alive.
checking.
Keep in mind that was a while ago. So yeah, they must have been alive.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And I don't think I'll give you a little hint. I don't think it started in Helena. You know, that's where I first got into.
Started, right?
Yeah, that's where I first got into radio on the mean streets, and I was too busy dodging bullets to develop any impressions. So the bullets would continually fly through the. I mean, we had a studio that was right on the that went. If you look to your right from the microphone, there's the street, the sidewalk and the street. So people could take pot shots at us at any time.
You didn't have quarter-inch glass?
How thick was the glass?
It was thick. Exactly. After the first couple of drive-by shooting incidents, then they put in, the more the thicker glass.
They should have just gotten you guys away from the window. Would have been easy enough.
I know. Don't tell me.
Right.
Tell the general manager of that stupid station 40 years ago or whatever it was.
Wow.
Hard to believe. I was just thinking about that the other night, because I've been in this since I was a junior in high school. It's been
long time.
An embarrassing long time.
Gosh.
A long time. And I just
understand.
Yeah, I know. We're all sitting here like, wait, when did I start?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, it's been exactly 31. Yeah.
And you started in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I started... I irritated. The church I went to got a radio station, and I started bugging the station manager when I was about 14.
You started bugging someone?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Hard to believe.
Isn't it though? Isn't it though? And so he said, just come back when you're 16. So like literally on my birthday, I came back when I was 16.
Come back when you're 16, boy. I don't know the rest of it. It's supposed to be girl, and I don't remember that song anyway. But yeah, that's
1992.
16. Dang. So 1992, you've been in it for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Jeffy, when did you start? When did you start? What year?
Pre-Marconi.
I forget what year.
Like I helped Marconi design the first.
You are an old woman.
I'm just saying, I forget.
I forget when I started. No, you don't.
Okay, so
no, you don't.
So actually, there's evidence, really good evidence that the first transmission of radio signals was on a mountaintop in West Virginia in 1863-ish. Before
Is that about right?
or
62.
After.
Yeah.
It's late 62,
right. Yeah.
actually.
Late 62.
Yeah.
So before or after? When did you get into it?
Right in there.
I mean, I want to know.
It was right in there.
When did you when did you start radio? Just tell us the year. You don't have to tell us how old you were. What year was it that you got into radio?
It's right in there.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Right in there.
He is an old woman.
Yeah, he is. He just will not. He will not divulge. Even though we know, because we had that classmate.
You don't know.
Send us the yearbook. Yes, we do know. Yes, we do.
You don't.
We can do the math. All right, we can do the stinking math. You are pathetic. All right. There's an. What is that?
I don't know.
I can't read the.
There's an app. There's an app that keeps up with women's cycles.
That's APP? Is that what that is?
App, APP. Okay. You down with APP? So
it tracks women's cycles, so their periods.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so they had this stupid tweet. I'm so sick of this crap, man. It's insane. You talk about science deniers.
Yeah.
Stupidest tweet ever yesterday.
Yeah. Hi there. This is from these people, the Flow app.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
We aim to support everyone who has periods, regardless of gender.
Oh,
okay. That's so asinine. Okay, if
I'm a chick and I have that app, uninstall. Get off my phone.
Right?
Also, I love the how to prevent headaches on the previous tweet. Have you ever tried any diet or lifestyle changes? I mean, the perfect way to solve a headache issue is do dishes. I don't know if you know that, but that's what you need to be doing.
Do dishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have a headache, do the dishes.
Well, and dry them too.
Even is that regardless of gender?
And then put them
Yes,
away.
actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
All right.
Or else it doesn't work.
Huh. Okay. This nonsense needs to stop. Who are you offending if you just talk about the cycles? And you don't need you don't need the addendum regardless of gender. Shut up.
So many
you don't need that part.
I think, how is that offending anyone?
Anybody.
And if it does, and even if it does, let's say even if it does, okay?
Tough.
Right.
Tough.
Oh, well.
Sometimes that happens. People get offended. I get offended all the time.
Move on.
All the time. White people, this might surprise some on the left. White people are not immune from being offended. We just don't sit around and bitch about it all day.
Oh, well.
Oh, man.
Look at that. I can't believe somebody would do that. Okay, it's time to go.
Stop looking at it if it makes you mad.
Right.
Move on with your life if it makes you mad. Guarantee in about 15 minutes you'll forget it even happened.
It'll be fine.
So instead, we've got headlines like this. I saw a naked male in the women's locker room. Teen girl breaks down in tears telling city council of being terrified seeing an unclothed man amid her shower at a YMCA.
Jeez, I can't.
You know what YMCA stands for? Young Men's Christian Association. Or the YWCA, Young Women's Christian Association.
Does it still mean that?
I think it does.
Or does it just mean YMCA?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
The way they act,
like KFC.
It's the latter.
Right.
Yeah.
California teenage girl said during a city council meeting she was terrified at the sight of a naked man in the women's locker room amid her shower at the YMCA in Santee, a San Diego suburb, 20 minutes northeast of the city. Rebecca Phillips, only 17 years old. Don't worry about the 17-year-old girls in the locker room. Just cater to the man who claims to identify as a woman. Just cater to his needs.
What a bizarro world, man.
I never thought we'd see the day when they just openly disregard women and their rights and their sensitivities. But Rebecca Phillips, who's 17, told the city council a few weeks ago after finishing her shift at her job, she went for one of her regular workouts at the YMCA and swam some laps. As I was showering after my workout, I saw a naked male in the women's locker room. I immediately went back into the shower, terrified, and hid behind their flimsy excuse for a curtain until he was gone. She added, I ran into the bathroom stall to change as quickly as I could, organizing my thoughts to share with the people at the front desk. What are your guesses for how the front desk handled it? What do you think? They're going to be supportive of her? Or are they going to tell her she's a bigot and you got to move on?
Move on.
Uh-huh. That's what I think, too. Anyway, she says she talked to her younger sister and began breaking into tears. As I did so, I could only think of my 5-year-old sister, who I'll bring to this gym during the summer to enjoy their water slides. Yeah, I wouldn't do that now. This is the YMCA where hundreds of children spend their summer afternoons in childcare camps.
Oh, yeah, and perverts know this, too.
This is the YMCA where my little sister took gymnastics lessons. The locker room was supposed to be her safe haven to gossip with her friends and shower and change.
No, you shouldn't be gossiping.
No, you shouldn't.
Now I'm not on your side anymore. You're promoting gossip.
That didn't take much, huh? Yeah. It was probably your support for her was probably thin to begin with.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Now it's like, hey, let the
you blew
dude.
it.
He needs a place to change too.
Thank you.
Why are women and girls in our society should not be living like this and dealing with unnecessarily stressful situations and many times dangerous situations from freaks like this guy in the locker room?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Wait, it wasn't dangerous though. He was just changing,
naked,
right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He didn't do anything
good call.
to her,
Yeah, okay. I guess I was talking about a hypothetical, not this specific case. But I mean, our society is so far gone now; it's irretrievable at this point. Madness, man, madness.
So Rebecca continued. When I asked the YMCA management what the policy was regarding transgenders, they confirmed that the man that I saw was indeed allowed to shower wherever he pleased.
Of course.
Wherever he pleased. You can shower, doesn't matter, who cares? Don't worry about the girls in there. Don't worry about it. A grown man can shower alongside a teenage girl at your YMCA location here in Santee, she said. I was made to feel as though I had done something wrong when I talked to the people at the YMCA. Somehow the indecent exposure of a man to a female minor was an inconvenience to them.
Yep, you don't count.
Again, at the Young Men's Christian Association. Jeez.
They just go by the Y.
I don't care where it is. I
don't either, but it makes it more.
Yeah, sure. It's like the cherry on top.
Ludicrous. That it comes at a place like this. When my dad spoke to the sheriff's office, they told him that he should never allow me to shower there ever again. That's a good point. The YMCA wouldn't let my father speak to the manager of the Santee branch.
Wait.
She added that a YMCA official finally got back to her, telling Phillips was not in. Oh, telling the dad that her daughter was not in any danger. Well, that's untrue. You don't know what could happen
honestly,
there.
we don't know that. I mean, we know nothing. I was joking around with Keith earlier, but I mean, nothing happened. But we don't know that nothing would happen.
It has happened before.
Yeah.
See a bathroom at a school in Virginia, for example.
Multiple times. But they don't care. They don't care about the women. They don't care about their safety. And they don't care about their sensibilities. Even when they complain about it all over the country and all over the world, almost in every case, they're told you're a bigot. You need to relax on that. Okay, this guy identifies as a female, so leave him alone.
Get over it. Relax.
Hard to believe. All right. Which leads us to Manscaped. Now, Manscaped shouldn't imply that females, women,
it should not.
Can't use this. Because you can. You can.
You're darn right they can.
For a few minutes while you're shaving, if you want to identify as a man, that's nobody else's business.
Scape on, baby. Scape on.
Oh, man. Scaped.
Put the headlight on and scape.
Also, this is kind of cool, and this applies to all men and women as well. Okay. They are selling new beard products. Products for your beard. So if you're a woman with a heavy beard, this is right up your
I've been letting mine
alley.
grow.
Have you? Good.
I have.
So they've got a Beard Hedger Pro Kit. It's really nice. It's nicely laid out. I just had the box, but it's in my office now. But it comes with everything you need. There's a beard trim, fresh save technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit that allows you to shape your signature beard and the way it looks at all times. Really great. I mean, these things are so well put together, and it's such a high quality product. It's time to tame your mane. No one likes a weird beard, right?
Weird beard,
man or female. No one likes a weird beard.
Nobody.
No,
that's right. They want it nicely coiffed. You want it to be soft, so they've got the conditioner in there and the beard shampoo, and just awesome. So to get 20% off and free shipping, use the offer code UNLEASHED at manscaped.com. Manscaped, MANSCAPED, manscaped.com. 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the offer code UNLEASHED with the Manscaped Beard Hedger. And one stroke, one guard, 20 lengths. Manscaped.com, offer code UNLEASHED.
Pat Gray. Join the conversation.
All right. Welcome. 888-900-3393. I was going to dangle a little carrot, to finish the story about the question I was asked on email.
Yeah.
About where impressions began in my radio career. I was gonna offer as a carrot. Maybe we'll answer that question on overtime today. But I'm not doing overtime today. Are you guys gonna do overtime?
Yeah, we'll do
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
what do you got going on?
Scurry down the hall and fill in for Glenn today.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So there you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, if you would. Got some tweets here. DMX DM says Chelsea Handler had the same earth science class as Hank Johnson.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I didn't know, and this is true, I didn't know until I was 40 years old that the sun and the moon were not the same thing.
My fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Okay, so two incredible geniuses.
Geniuses.
I don't know, what is the Chelsea Handler thing, seriously now, no facetiousness, no exaggeration.
Okay.
Is it the dumbest thing you've ever heard in a clip of a famous person?
Well,
I think it might be.
I agreed with you until I heard Hank Johnson again.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe we should do a poll. I'll put a poll up.
All right.
Because
is it
pretty
the dumbest thing of all time or not? Wow. I mean, don't compare it just to Hank Johnson, because I think it stoops below everything ever said in dumbness.
It kind of does. It kind of does.
Doesn't it? I mean, it's hard to even get your head around that it's possible. But
right.
She admitted it. And then why do you admit it? It's like the Roker thing.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
I'm sorry, what?
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Why would you admit that? Yeah, come talk to me about pooping my pants at the White House.
So that's probably the most embarrassing thing.
That's probably, yes.
And she's got the dumbest thing. I don't know. I'm with Jeffy. I think it's a toss-up between an island capsizing and the sun and the moon is the same thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, put it up for a vote. We'll see.
No.
From Pathead T, that teen said the staff quoted state law
That's
that
a good
allowed
point.
him in the girls' locker
That's
room.
California. Yeah, so I guess the YMCA probably couldn't have done anything if they wanted to. California's a failed state, man.
Wow, sure is.
Ugh.
Sons of Thunder 42. It's supposed to be fun to stay at the YMCA. Right, according to the theme song that Village people did for him. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
I mean, back in the day, it was a legitimate place to be.
Yeah, well, it was a place to have a good meal, get yourself clean, do
Why do you say
everything
it like that?
you mean, or whatever, at the YMCA.
He's just good at rhyming. He's good at that.
And from Toothpaste Words, this isn't isolated with the YMCA. I worked at one in Ohio. We had to take inclusion training, stating that men were allowed in the women's locker room if they identified as female. Now,
we go back to the YMCA is probably at fault. It's probably both of them. The YMCA probably has that, and the state of California. You got double layers of protection if you're wanting to go and chill out in the girls' locker room.
And for the millionth time, what is to stop someone who is completely heterosexual, who is not identifying as anything but what they are, a man, lying about the fact that he identifies as a woman just so he can go in there and be a creep?
That's a hypothetical.
Well,
that's a hypothetical, Pat. Oh, is it? We know someone who experienced that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, right after all this stuff began, it happened to one of our employees here. So, and I think it was at a Target, right?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I mean, nobody's ever said anything to me when I go into this bathroom here. But
really?
Yeah.
When you go into the girls?
I'm identifying as a woman today. I say use that restroom.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything to me, so.
Like that can't happen?
Right.
It almost can't not happen because you've opened the floodgate for douchebags and creeps.
Thank you. Thank you. How does it not happen?
Yeah, apart from all the trans stuff. What if it's just a guy who's taking advantage of your policy? It'd be so easy. No, how do they know that you've never identified before as a female?
Just yesterday alone, you were identifying as a black male who was born in San Francisco.
That's right. Yes, exactly right. Who's lived in San Francisco for 15 years.
And I just want to go on record as that I am identifying as that as well.
Well, you're my cousin.
And who are we to question? Who are we to question your truth?
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
That's my truth.
For $5 million, yes.
And there's the beauty of having separate truths. I've got.
It really affords you a kind of a flexibility.
It does, doesn't it?
I wish I could go back and live life over.
It does.
There's nothing really black and white or right and wrong. It's just, how you identify.
That's what it is.
It's just my truth. It's my truth. You can have your truth.
This isn't a society that A is healthy or B is going to make it much longer.
Not if we keep going down this road. No, you can't.
We'll be fine.
It's like 2 plus 2 is 5. That's my truth.
Jeffy's like,
we'll be fine.
I've seen it all. Trust me. We can get through this.
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah, you're right.
So what era in your life does this
good.
current era that we're in remind you of the most?
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Is that what you said in the other eras as well?
Yes.
Yeah. And look, it turned out fine. Everything's fine. Okay.
Turned out fine. Joe Biden's the president, and dudes are chicks.
And it looks like maybe some members of the Democrat Party are seeking to oust him.
Yeah, it sure does feel that way.
Then we got Kamala Harris to deal with.
Yay!
All bets are off after Saturday, as far as I'm concerned. And CNN is they're on board the Biden sucks train, which is just fascinating to see.
It is. How'd that happen?
Well, because Biden sucks.
Well, yeah, but they would never admit that before. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Through the week, 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. As if men inside women's locker rooms wasn't bad enough, we got this insanity as well. Harvard Medical School is offering a course about health care for LGBTQIA2+ infants with curriculum offering lessons in areas including OBGYN, pediatrics, and plastic surgery. Isn't that great? So how do you have a member of the LGBTQIA2+ crowd as an infant? Wow.
Yeah, and who knows?
Wow.
When you start blocking puberty in these kids, the big selling point, like Boston Children's, in fact, Gays Against Groomers was calling them out yesterday. Boston Children's is saying how it's temporary. Hey, you know what? Try it out. If you're a dude and you want to be a chick, take it out for a spin, see how you like it, and if you want to go back, we can unpause it. And the Gays Against Groomers account was saying, absolutely not. This is not something you just put on pause and you pick it back up later. You're screwed for life.
And thank goodness for them.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking out about that. Something that is so clearly evil.
Yeah, that's the word.
We should all be on board with this.
We've got to not be afraid to say that word and use it when it's appropriate.
Oh, it's definitely applicable in this case.
Many times. This
course focuses on serving sexual minority people across the lifespan. Again, we're talking about a program for infants. It's run in conjunction with the several Boston area hospitals. The hospitals affiliated include Mass General and Boston's Children's Hospital. In 2022, the Children's Hospital said kids know they're transgender in the womb.
Whoa, hold on, back up.
Do they?
Back this train up in the womb.
So I thought, yeah.
Is that amazing?
Broccoli knows if it's transgender or not.
Wow. Right, you would have to admit.
You have to be alive.
That's a human being.
Yeah.
For them to know that they're transgender. But you're putting that on them in the womb? Okay. I mean, there's a couple different issues there. One of them is a pretty good angle for us.
Absolutely.
The other is just sheer madness.
Yeah.
Medical students at Harvard being taught how to care for infant patients who identify identify as the alphabet people. This is. Could it get? Yes. And the answer is yes. It can get worse than this. And it will. And it will. A spokesperson for Harvard Medical School provided a statement. As part of our MD curriculum, HMS offers a 4-week elective course that educates and trains medical students to provide high-quality, culturally responsive care for patients with diverse sexual orientations, gender identities, and sex development across the age spectrum. So it doesn't matter how young they are or how old. They still offer all of this.
So it's not mandated
education.
Yet.
No,
it's
not yet, but it will be.
Class, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jeez. In this context, care for infants refers specifically to physical variations in sex development that arise in utero and are present at birth. Oh, man. These include chromosomal, gonadal, and anatomical variations, all of which are relevant to medical care and treatment to ensure healthy development.
So it's not. It's no longer, wait until you're an adult, and then if you want to, you can decide. No. It's no longer let the kids know if they're supposed to be a different gender, blah blah blah. Now we're just going to make the decision for you as an infant or in the womb.
Well, they knew in the womb that the fetus wanted to be a female, and all of a sudden it sprouted a unit there, a noodle, and it doesn't want the noodle.
Can't you tell? You can tell the way
he's thinking. Hey, eventually I'm going to have to wear pants, and that's going to be cumbersome. And so I identify as female here.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Maybe could you do something about the noodle now?
Just take the noodle out. De-noodle me, and we'll be good.
I don't have a lot of room in here. Can we get that thing?
Unbelievable. It's seriously unbelievable.
The world is insane. God.
And if you didn't just laugh at it, sometimes you'd just be screaming all day. Just screaming at the top of your lungs. That's where we are.
There are days.
I know. I've heard them.
Yeah, noted.
The city of Cambridge, Massachusetts is set to hold a sports night for Girl X, or girls, I guess, with the X.
Enough.
Is that how you say it? Girls? Yeah, you wouldn't say Girl X, right? But Latinx, I do say. But I hear others say Latinx, which doesn't make any sense.
You know who you don't hear saying it is Latin people.
Right, that's right. I think there was a study that, 2% identified that way?
Mm-hmm.
So the sports night for girls, they say, they stated, yes, it's open to all those who identify as girls or with girlhood.
There you go.
Okay, so good. So... good.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're going to get biological males competing against girls in this. Take a break from cold and get active, the flyer said, for the January event. A fun, free event for families with girls in grades K through 5. Try basketball, cheer, football, hockey, lacrosse, soccer, softball, and much more. The flyer goes on to state.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Man.
Goes on to state that girls who play sports are more likely to get better grades, have higher levels of confidence and self-esteem.
Oh, compete against a dude? Oh, the self-esteem will go straight through the roof. If
look how the women had so much confidence when they competed with Leah Thompson.
If you are a parent of a daughter and you let her compete against these guys knowingly, shame on you. Now, maybe at ages kindergarten through 5th, maybe that's cool. I got it. But all you're doing is you're saying, I approve of this kind of
by the time
when we get to middle school and high school, I'm good with it because they've been competing against dudes when they were kindergarten.
You really start seeing it, though, by the time you get to 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. That distinction really starts breaking away, though. Where, the males are stronger and faster than the girls.
Mm-hmm.
No question. That's when it happens, right? I mean, that's when you realize that kid's going to be good. That girl, whatever sport they're playing.
That's right.
But how do I know?
Nothing.
How do I know?
You don't know anything because you're a bigot. That's why. You're a white supremacist bigot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And sexist.
Just so you know. And what?
Sexist.
Sexist. Oh, and fat.
Wow. I didn't see where that.
You didn't see it
going there.
I didn't see it coming down.
I didn't either.
I want F as part of the LGBTQ.
Oh yes!
IA plus
what a good point.
That's a good one.
I want that. I want to be part of the letter people.
Well, you are, because that's the plus. You wear plus size clothes, and you got a plus at the end
Jeffy,
of the alphabet.
well, I think we just move on, Jeffy. Just kind of count your losses.
By the way, Citizen Free Press is suggesting, tongue-in-cheek, that it may be time to cancel Mr. Rogers based on this song. Is this from the Tonight Show?
No,
Have you
no, this is from his show. Let's play the song, and then Jeffy might have something additional.
Boys are boys from the beginning.
How dare you?
You were born a boy, you stay a boy.
Whoa!
Girls are
What?
girls right from the start.
Okay.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Only
what is
girls can be the mommies.
Whoa!
Wait a minute!
Only boys can be the daddies.
What is happening?
How is he not taken off the air?
I don't know if you know this, but he's dead.
Oh.
So.
I do know that. But he should have been taken off the air immediately following that show.
I'm surprised that got by the censors. Of course, today you couldn't get that by the PBS censors. You kidding me?
No way. Well, this was, I mean, he was on the Tonight Show. Now, Riley, just tell me if you have the video that I sent, let's play it. But if not, I'll play the audio from him on the Tonight Show where he talks about boys and girls and girls. So
okay.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Okay.
All right. So play it. Make it so.
The second verse is very important.
Now, what's the second verse?
Boys are boys from the beginning.
Yeah,
girls are girls right from the start.
Okay.
Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine, your body's fancy, and so is mine. Because sometimes children think that they might change. They might have to change after a while. And, you know, we laugh about that now.
Right.
But it's because we had that concern when we were little.
Yeah, because you're really not sure, and you thought maybe you'd become a girl, or a girl would become a boy, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Happens frequently out here.
Happens frequently out here.
So good. And you could joke about that then.
Right.
Now,
right.
Carson would be taken off the air for that.
Yeah,
wow.
both those men should be canceled right now.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a bigot. Could you be my bigot?
Wow.
Hi, neighbor.
I'm
saying things that can't be said today. Can you say bigot? I knew you could. Sure.
Wow.
I've got neighbors who are LGBTQIA2+. And I love them. Could you be my neighbor? Infants can be LGBTQIA2+.
F.
Did you know that?
F.
Can you say that? F. Oh, right. LGBTQIAF2+.
Can we just say A through Z plus?
Yeah, we did
at this point.
What have they scooped up? About 35% of the alphabet.
Yeah, and they're fighting to put Z in there now.
Z.
Yeah, for the zoophiles.
Oh no!
The people identify as animals.
No.
Well,
So I don't know if it's going to be Z plus, like LGBTQIA Z plus, or if it's LGBTQIA plus Z.
Don't they call them furries though?
No, that's something else.
Oh, it's something else. Okay. I don't want to mix my alphabet people up.
Careful,
That would be terrible. That'd be terrible. But definitely F should go in there. The fat shaming has to stop.
Wow, thank you.
I think we all agree on that,
Thank
right?
you.
How long have we crusaded for that, Keith? I think it's been
oh my gosh,
late 70s. We started our
I know in Houston
fat shaming crusade.
That was like we had a segment every week.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I know you do.
I mean, Mr. Rogers, though, I mean, that guy was on the cutting edge of a lot of stuff. I mean, the show, obviously, the show was, predominantly for kids, but he did a lot of stuff that, was went against the norm throughout his entire career.
Sure.
And so
that's right, neighbor. Sure. Can you say that?
Bigot?
Can we at least come together that the puppet show with the King Friday and all that stuff, that was just the worst thing on television ever.
Wait, what?
The puppets, the stupid puppets.
Oh, are you kidding me?
What was the name of the make-believe land?
Yeah, I think it was the land of make-believe, wasn't it?
It's dreadful.
Yeah. Dreadful.
If he left his house... I liked him doing the field trips when he would go and see how people do their jobs and stuff. It was like, the first dirty jobs, really.
How did you like Mr. Feely?
Yeah. So I was...
He called him that for a reason.
Yeah. He soaked his feet with the mailman who was black.
Cutting edge.
That was a big deal. In fact, that was actually a big deal back then because people were pissed.
Make-believe land, I was good with it.
Wow. Jeez.
Like, as soon as that trolley came out, oh, God, here we go. We're going to that stupid set.
So you were traumatized by Mr. Rogers.
I was easily annoyed by that show. I did enjoy the one-on-one with him, but not the puppet show.
All right.
Wow.
After everything that's happened over the last few years and is still happening, you might be concerned that there could be, food shortages coming soon. I'm concerned about it. A lot of other people are too, neighbor. Sure. So the best way to solve that problem is to stock up on emergency food from My Patriot Supply.
Oh, no.
It's beautiful. Go to preparewithpat.com. and you'll find a special offer where you'll save $200 on a 3-month emergency food kit. The kit provides breakfast, lunches, dinners, drinks. Oh, you like that?
Yeah, you can figure this out.
Enough to feed one person through 3 whole months. So be sure to get at least one kit per family member so you don't run out. Can you say savings? Sure, I knew you could. Go to preparewithpat.com for this special $200 discount per kit. You never know when disaster is going to strike. Please do this. I know you've probably been thinking, Jeffy just admitted last time we did this.
Yes.
That he thinks about it often.
Every time I see what little bit I have, every time I look at it, I go, that's not enough.
Stop thinking. Think not. Yes, do or do not. There is no think. Yes.
Yoda was on Mr. Rogers.
Can I just say, as the world burns around us, if we leave this music playing through every negative story,
it would make it all better.
It would really lessen the blow.
It really would. You're absolutely right about that. Go to preparewithpat.com today. Preparewithpat.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay. WEF, the WEF is gathered together in Davos right now, where sitting U.S. senators like Joe Manchin are lamenting things like freedom of the press. Yeah, because that's where you go when you're concerned about freedom. Right straight to the WEF.
Yeah, doesn't sound like he's a big fan of the First Amendment.
Good. That's great, isn't it? Yeah. Why would you want a senator, a U.S. senator who...
A moderate Democrat, I'd like to point out.
Yeah, check this out.
The problem that we have is the open press system and basically all the platforms.
That's the problem.
So if you're able to have 5 platforms, social platforms, that you can basically personify the extremes, somebody who is extremely right or extremely left, and it seems like that is the majority speaking. They're not the majority, but they're basically driving everybody to make a decision. What side are you on? Are you on this side or this side? And in America, there's only one side, the American side. It's not the Republican side or Democrat. We should be coming together to solve the problems from a different angle.
And where better to do that than the WEF?
I'd be interested to see the rest of the people on that panel, but not enough to actually look it up because
Oh, well, I can tell you who else there trying to plan your life for you.
Okay.
Attendees.
No, just that panel.
Yeah, okay, but Michael Seifert tweeted out, here's attendees at this week's World Economic Forum. 116 billionaires. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Cool. 52 heads of state, 600 CEOs, 56 finance ministers, 19 central bank governors, 30 trade ministers, 35 foreign ministers, 16 American politicians, including our FBI director, Chris Wray. That's who's making these decisions.
That list doesn't even mention the sex workers.
No, that's right. That they bring in specifically for this Davos gathering.
I love top of mind for
737,000 hookers to to go ahead and serve.
I mean, there's a lot of prostitutes on that list, but I was specifically talking about sex workers.
Joe Kerry is there too, right?
John Kerry, yeah.
John Kerry. John Kerry is there, and that reminds us how special people like him
are.
He loves
way
himself.
above us.
He loves some John Kerry. Yeah.
These are the elites. Here he is talking
He's happy
about
to be there.
And when you stop and think about it, it's pretty extraordinary.
It is,
that
John.
We, select group of human beings, because of whatever touched us at some point in our lives, are able to sit in a room and come together and actually talk about saving the planet. I mean, it's so almost extraterrestrial to think about, quote, saving the planet. And if you said that to most people, they think you're just a crazy tree-hugging, lefty, liberal, do-gooder, whatever.
Which you are.
And there's no relationship. But really, that's where we are.
Thank you. That's because when you say that to most people, they know that's what you are.
Yes.
John.
Extraterrestrial.
I know you look good in your $10,000 suit and all, but that's what you are.
And what did he call the group? The gathering? Like
extraterrestrial.
Yeah, and he also used we're select.
Select
group.
Yes. Yeah, a select group of people.
Which in this context he means elite.
Yeah, it sure does.
Whatever touched you.
Mm-hmm.
This for you.
It sure does.
My gosh. Unreal.
But I love this this next tweet that really puts it into perspective what's really happening.
Klaus did show up,
what
though.
reality? Yeah, he has shown up.
Klaus did show up. I don't know if Soros showed up. Soros called out, too.
Yeah.
He was feeling under the weather, too, so I don't know what...
Okay. But they held forums there, and Ezra Levant tweeted this out. Well, and I think we got
he's talking about how Klaus Schwab is really a Wizard of Oz. I mean, it's all the world's a stage, man. This is just a movie set, empty rooms. Look at this.
Today there's not
hardly anyone in there
at all. That's it. The world is trembling.
But yet you're supposed to think that, oh no, this is so important. All these meetings of the mind.
They're gonna save us. I mean, and the egotism. When we talk about saving the planet, a lot of people think that's not accurate. We are literally saving the planet. That's what he thinks of himself.
Yep.
He thinks he's the one because we don't understand. We, the little people on this planet.
I say it to most people, isn't it? Leftist tree hugger.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because we're the little people and we don't understand their greatness, their wisdom, They're trying to save us in spite of us. So,
and I appreciate that.
We just mentioned, of course, John Kerry. Fellow environmentalist nut job Greta Thunberg was arrested yesterday in Germany.
And there's the pictures. Yeah, there we go. She doesn't like the fact that people in Germany want to stay warm this winter, and so they have approved a new coal mine in some town. And so she went to protest it. But if this doesn't look fake enough, maybe the video of her getting ready to be arrested might sway you. Let's see that, shall we? Chuckle. Stand here for the photo op. And then, all right, everybody got their pictures here. Cameras are in place.
Wow.
Here we go. All right, and now you're going to start walking. Here we go, gentlemen. Let's.
They're making no bones about how contrived
you got
this is.
You got this. I'm holding her hand. We're ready.
Oh,
and you got the shot for the movie. And here we go. Action. Let's go. I said action.
You declared action a little.
I sure did. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hey, action.
Well, now we better carry her because it's muddy.
Yeah. After we get.
That was a different scene. That was that part.
Okay. All right.
It's an uncut version.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. I don't know. Who's going to be the next Greta Thunberg? See, they've got to get somebody younger now because she's like long in the tooth.
She is.
She
is.
Hey, we got a big update yesterday from KJP on
that's right. She explained everything.
Hashtag Garagegate, and that needs to be trending, by the way.
So why are these documents turning up in Biden's possession?
If you've seen one answer, you've seen them all from her. Here we
go. You guys can ask me this 100 times, 200 times if you wish. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. I hear your question. It's been asked. It's been answered. It's been noted.
And
we're just going to try to move on here. And we're going to move on.
Wow. I mean, the press will go along with you if you're a liberal, but if they show any kind of interest in something and you ignore them like that, they're going to turn on you fast, and I'm looking forward to that happening.
hope it does happen.
I mean, the press doesn't like you minimize their role.
I know.
And you put them in
can
their
mock
place.
the American people. You can mock Republicans. You can mock conservatives, but don't you dare mock the press.
And they're very interested in Garagegate, which I'm telling you, that's what this needs to be called.
They are interested.
By the way, I posted this poll. Will Joe Biden be the president of the United States after Memorial Day 2023? I just picked that day arbitrarily, really. Yes, he'll still be the president, 61%. No, he will not be president after Memorial Day, 39%. What do you think?
That's a solid percentage.
What do you think?
No, I think he'll still be president.
Think he'll still be around, Jeffy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of the old man now.
Yeah.
He's there forever.
Really? He's just our king, the emperor.
Forever. We're never going to get rid of him.
The emperor, Joe Biden. Wow. Maybe. I don't know. Filling in for Glenn next. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.